Good day and welcome to the first ever Bitmaster Financial Bitcoin News Show. And I'm really pleased to introduce my good friend, Chris Filiatru, who's the president of Bitmasters.
Hello.
And he's going to fill me in, and I'm learning along with you just what Bitcoins are all about. It's part of this new cryptocurrency that we're hearing about.
That's
where
correct.
Money is transferred and you can buy things, and it's all transacted on the internet.
That's correct.
So this is the first show. We're going to be doing this on a regular basis to
Yep.
educate people what it's all about.
That's right.
We're here at Strut Studios, and
Downtown Vancouver.
You'll hear more about Strut Studios because that's my company.
Yep.
And one of the things I want to look into is being able to use Bitcoins and the Bitcoin system for clients that want to pay for their production
Absolutely.
with Bitcoins. And I know there's restaurants using it now and so on. So I guess the first, let's get our cell phones here. We're going to show you a little bit about how you can download the app and use it. So why don't you give us the short version of what Bitcoins are all about and cryptocurrency, how it works?
Okay. Well, Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. It's new. It's just starting to get off the ground here. But basically, it's a decentralized currency that no government or anybody controls. It's peer-to-peer. And
So it's just like I'm giving you money, you're giving money to me.
That's
Nobody
right.
has to know
It's
our
like
business.
gold almost, right? So it's digital gold. That's
doesn't
what
go
they
through a
compare
bank.
it to. It doesn't go through a bank. There's no third. It is the new way to send money. And you could send money from Vancouver to Africa in 10 seconds if you wanted to. And you could send any amount. Once again, it's not regulated by the government. So, I mean, and we're not talking about money. It's all legit. It's all above the board.
Right now, today, when I want to send money to Africa, as you mentioned, or Europe, or in some other currency, if it goes through a bank, there's lots of fees and charges
Oh, yeah.
and exchange rate and all that. When I send Bitcoins, the person on the other end receives them as Bitcoins, and they can turn them into whatever currency they want.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
Now, the great thing, the difference between that, using Bitcoins and dealing with a bank, is that the Bitcoin costs that are incurred sending Bitcoins around are almost nil. It's like 0.01%.
There is a small
or something.
transaction fee.
A very small transaction fee to send them. Those go to the miners, the good people that are finding or mining the Bitcoins
Okay, hold that
for
thought
us.
because I want you to explain that a little later.
Okay.
But there is I want to know, I want to tell everybody about what the structure is, how this thing actually.
Sure, yeah, more or less. I mean,
But,
Bitcoins are complicated, but just basically they're mined through an algorithm where you solve a puzzle. Bitcoins come into existence, then the miners put them onto the open market, and there's various exchanges. Now, for an exchange, they usually charge, the biggest one is Mt. Gox in Japan, and it charges 0.06% to exchange your Bitcoins into a fiat currency of your choice. Japanese yen, Canadian dollars, US dollars, whatever you want. So
These are fiat currencies, for those who don't understand.
Fiat currency, yeah.
The money that I have in my pocket
Pocket
right
is-
now, these dollars and cents here, that's
a
called fiat currency.
Fiat currency,
Okay.
yeah. That's a pick.
That's a guitar pick. And so fiat currencies are going to evolve very shortly over the next little while as well. We'll talk about that later. But miners, explain what a miner is, because that
Mining is the only way that Bitcoins can come into an existence. So miners set up these computers to solve complex puzzles.
a miner is a person.
As a miner is a person, and
Or
they
an
set up these, an organization, and they do them in groups right now, and they set up these computers, and the computers solve a complex puzzle, and once the puzzle's solved, then 50 Bitcoins are brought into existence. And Bitcoins are mined, there's a limited number of Bitcoins that can be created. 21 million is the answer into 2045. But basically, very simply, Bitcoins are mined into an existence using computers, using electricity. So it's kind of like mining for gold, right? You're looking all over the place to try. That's why they call them miners, yeah.
Explain to me the difference between that process and fiat currency. How is
Well,
money
fiat
produced?
currencies are produced
Traditional,
just
okay.
by a government. The Federal Reserve in America simply says, we're going to create $1 billion today, and they type it into the computer, and $1 billion is created at their whim. Like
It's not backed by gold
It's not
anymore.
backed by gold anymore or nothing. So I think that's why Bitcoins have become so popular with a lot of people, not only libertarians, but people around the globe, that just simply want to use a different currency, not encumbered by bank fees and easy to send around, and they are to a certain extent anonymous, although it's fairly easy if anybody wanted to find out who own these Bitcoins, you could probably do it.
Okay.
And we're talking to, this video news is not for Bitcoin experts. These are for
Right.
the laymen or people that are just getting into Bitcoin. So I want to provide news to those people.
Now,
so
the
they can
bitmaster
understand.
site has more information.
Yes.
I mean, it's fairly complex, but
Yeah.
what currency is not.
Yeah.
So I think we can kind of leave that for the moment. Who's using Bitcoins today?
All kinds of people all around the world. I mean,
So there's restaurants. I mean, we're in Vancouver.
yeah, well,
You
I
might
got
be
a news
watching
clip
this
here.
somewhere else.
Let me just tell you before we go about, people want to know how much Bitcoin's worth. So
Okay, right, yeah.
generally speaking, right now, one Bitcoin in Canadian dollars is $126 to $131 per Bitcoin. And it's on various exchanges. Each exchange has different rates, but basically speaking, that's how much a Bitcoin's worth. And for who uses them, this is one of the things I want to do is bring some news to everybody. So now, one of the first things down in Australia, one of the news things is the Aussies start buying beer with Bitcoins. Well, up in Canada, we've been buying beer with Bitcoins for a little while, but welcome to the club, guys. So the old Fitzroy will become the first pub in Australia that will allow customers to buy their beers with Bitcoins.
Well, you can buy a lot of beer with one Bitcoin.
136, yeah, I don't know what they are
So
in Australian dollars.
You trade bits of Bitcoin.
Bits of Bitcoins, so they're divisible by
So you put one
1.01
Bitcoin on the
or
tab
whatever it is.
for your
Or you
local
can actually
pub.
go from, say, Aussie dollars to Bitcoins and do the currency
And
swap
if you get an
that
import
way.
beer, are you going to pay a different price? Because
Absolutely.
Sapporo,
Well, Canadian beers, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
it's more expensive. But I
so
was
the
just,
Aussies have been, they're so there's like in a pub or something.
yeah, and I bought just
Restaurants.
in Vancouver. I was at a restaurant in Chinatown the other day.
Yeah.
I bought a plate of sausages and 2 pints of beer, and with my Bitcoins.
And you
In
paid
Vancouver,
for it off
and I
your
paid for it
phone.
off my phone.
Let-
Yeah, we're going to show everybody a
Okay.
little bit later how to do that, but I
So
pay
you
with
just
it.
download the app.
Yeah.
Okay.
And everybody's coming online. We're talking about exchanges, and there's exchanges all over the world. Of course, America, Canada has one, Japan, they're everywhere. But one of the news that came out today is the BTC Turk becomes the first Turkish lira to Bitcoin exchange in the world.
BCT
Turk.
BTC Turk.
Yeah,
Bit-
it would be Bitcoin Turk. So BTC is the short for
For
Bitcoins.
Bitcoin.
Yeah,
BTC.
Bitcoins.
Okay.
And so we recently reported the rise of Bitcoin in Iran, of course, Afghanistan, in so all in the Middle East, Bitcoins are becoming popular. But congratulations on the Turkish people for finally getting a Bitcoin exchange in their country. That's good. Also, the big news, and the one that I'm excited about, and we'll follow up on this story, is that Bitcoin ATMs are coming to Canada.
Vancouver. next
Vancouver,
month.
yeah, they're going to put them all over. So next
October.
month, October. I
2013.
don't know the exact date, and we don't know the exact location, but Bitcoiniacs, a Vancouver-based company in Vancouver, says that it has ordered 5 Bitcoin kiosks from a Las Vegas-based company called RoboCoin. So
Are
basically,
these
what?
slot machines you put your
No,
coin in there?
no, they're not slot machines. But basically, what you'll be able to do, two things. You'll be able to go up to the kiosk or the ATM. You'll be able to buy Bitcoins with Canadian dollars. So you put your Canadian dollars, your fiat currency into the Robo.
So it's
To-
done
to
with
Bitcoin?
like I'm just going to put this here. I think
Yeah,
you can
there's
see
a
that.
QR code. You can
It's
see.
a QR code.
Yeah,
So you
and
get a unique QR code with
Yes,
your account.
and this comes with
Yeah.
an address. That QR code.
So if I wanted to
shows you
transfer
an
money
address.
to you right now,
Yeah.
I could put in the amount and then you could read my QR code and that would immediately transfer it into your account.
That's exactly it. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what would happen.
So that's
Mhm.
one example.
That's a good
there.
one. Yeah. So I'm excited about that, and what we will do later on for everybody who's watching is as soon as we find out where, the grand opening, we're going to be there for the grand opening with cameras, and I'm going to go buy some Bitcoins. I'm going to do a trade.
Yeah, we'll
there.
do a location thing.
Yeah, we'll do a location shoot. So.
That's the other thing we're going to do. I think we'll interview guests
Mhm.
from the Chinese restaurant.
So I was
people
not being-
beginning to use it.
Yeah, and I want to bring some experts online here to sit in between the two of us, maybe in a different setting, and get them to explain in greater detail over the weeks
What's going on.
what's going on, how to buy Bitcoins maybe more cheaply, or how you can trade in Bitcoins, or the hundreds of opportunities that exist
And we're
in the
going to
Bitcoin
actually,
world.
there are Bitcoins. You can
Yeah,
buy a Bitcoin.
you can buy.
It's like a,
I
looks
think
like
the
a
guy's
gold
name is
coin.
Cassius, or there's a guy down in the States that makes actual minted coins with the address inside there, and you can buy actual Bitcoins. We'll get a couple of those and show the audience one time.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
absolutely.
And I'd like to know how that works. If I can just give you one. just
Yeah,
like
you
that.
could, just like money, it would be 0.05 of Bitcoin or 0.1
But once
of
you
a
put that
Bitcoin.
into your account, does it?
It's gone. You can't use it.
You
Then
can't use it again.
yeah, it would be defunct. But let's get one on here.
Okay,
and
yeah,
we'll
yeah,
play
yeah.
with it one time, and we'll show everybody how it works.
All right. Well, I think that's enough for one news.
You bet. That's enough.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is we have a Bitcoin tip, and so I'll show
What's the
you.
Bitcoin tip
Well,
for
the
the day?
Bitcoin tip, it's not for the day, but for the week. For all of us, you newbies out there, what I want to do is show you, if you have an Android phone, and you want to download a wallet and get into Bitcoins, I'm going to show you how to go get a wallet from the Android market. So we'll do that on a,
And that manages more than just Bitcoin.
No.
Complicated things.
yeah, complicated
Okay,
things.
sorry
It's
about
just Bitcoins buying and selling. So
Okay.
there you go. Thank you, and I will have that tip. It's on a different slide. We'll show you the tip. I'll be
Okay.
creating a Bitcoin tip thing for you guys.
Okay, stay tuned. And bookmark this site. This
Yeah,
player.
and so if you want to find out more, and we're going to be posted on YouTube, and of course you can go to bitmaster.ca to find out more.
All right.
See you
We'll be
anytime.
doing this here at Strut Studios.
Yeah,
We're using all our technology to broadcast this out.
absolutely.
I gotta say, you're
Fantastic.
looking pretty sharp.
Thank you very much, Jim. I appreciate that.
Is this-
It is real.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
hey,
is real. Okay.
thank you. We'll see you next time.